Good morning mga katribo and welcome to another episode of Straight Talk. I am attorney Lia Badillo-Crisostomo, your host for today. We have two sets of guests for today from different party lists and they will share their platforms to us. This will enable us to finalize our choices for the local and national elections next week on May 9. I'm sure this will also enlighten you on the advocacies that you want to fight for mga katribo. So for our first guest, let's welcome the first nominee of BG Partylist, Ms. Alelee Andanar. Good morning po!
Good morning, Attorney Lia. Good morning po sa inyong lahat.
Good morning, Secretary Andanar.
Hello, good morning, attorney, and good morning to everyone who are watching.
What a beautiful looking couple. But now let's go straight to the questions, Ms. Alelee. How is the campaign going for BG Partylist, ma'am? And can you tell us a little bit of when did it start? What is the basic foundation for Bisaya Youth Partylist?
Yes, the campaign so far has been very challenging given na meron tayong pandemya. We are quite very careful, lalo na sa pag-ikot namin sa mga barangay. But challenging also, but yet fulfilling. Dahil seeing people happy when we go down to the barangays is enough to make, us make it worthwhile.
Ma'am, what is the basic foundation when Bisaya Youth Partylist came into existence?
Okay, as a group, we started in November 2019. And our goal at that time, our aim was to provide aid and assistance to the people in Visayas and Mindanao. We would give them transportation pag kailangan nila, transportation allowance, transportation, and also medical assistance when they needed it.
Okay. Miss Alelee, I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, how does it feel like to be endorsed by President Rodrigo Duterte? Does it give you some sort of confidence boost? Kasi palapit na ng palapit na po yung halalan, ma'am.
Yes. It's an honor. Napakalaking tulong ng pag-endorso ng presidente sa aming party list dahil naniniwala siya, ibig sabihin po no, naniniwala siya sa aming mga plataforma. He gave us his trust and confidence.
Okay. Ma'am, most of our viewers and listeners right now are wondering, because Bisaya Youth Partylist from the name itself, of course, is an advocate for the Bisayas. But ma'am, what is the particular sector that you are representing and what are your advocacies po?
The particular sector that we are targeting are really the poor. Yung mga kailangan ng basic service at basic good, yung mahihirap, yung marginalized sector natin mostly sa Visayas at Mindanao.
Yes.
And we want to provide them these services and these so that they don't have to go to Metro Manila to seek better opportunities.
Yeah.
Doon pa lang sa barangay, doon pa lang sa kanilang komunidad, nandyan na ang gobyerno working for them.
Ma'am, ang gandang isipin na magkakaroon ho tayo ng ganyang mga programa dahil syempre po hindi naman po lahat ng ating mga kababayan sa malalayong lugar sa Manila ay makakapunta po. Ngayon ma'am, nabasa ko po na the platforms that Bisaya Youth Partylist have food security, shelter, and education. Ma'am, can you please enlighten our viewers and listeners so that they can make an informed decision this May 9, 2022?
Okay. Our priority, we at BG Partylist, we believe that we want to provide four basic services to the Visayas, to the people in Visayas and Mindanao. Mainly food, shelter, education, and security. Sa pagkain po, gusto po natin mapabilis. Lalo-lalo ngayon, tayo ay nanggaling lamang sa isang pandemya at tayo po ay ang Visayas and Mindanao po ay malimit po binabagyo. We want to institutionalize ang pagbibigay po ng ayuda para sa mga kababayan natin. Lalong-lalo na sa panahon ng kalamidad.
Yes, ma'am.
Sa shelter po, we want to be able to make housing available for Filipino people, lalo na po sa mahihirap. The bills that we want to pass are the ones na mas mapapabilis na magkakaroon sila ng sarili nilang tahanan. Paano po yan mangyayari? bababaan po natin, we will pass bills na mas mababa po ang interest rates para sila naman po ay mapadali ang pagkakaroon nila ng sariling tahanan.
Using indigenous materials.
And we also advocate the use of indigenous materials sa pagpapatayo ng kanilang bahay. We want to be able to push for that, na makita nila na pwede palang gamitin kung ano yung nandoon sa kanilang komunidad. Mga bamboos, for example, ang use ng bamboos sa Mindanao para sa pagpapatayo po ng kanilang tahanan.
Yes. Miss Alelee, you know, I have to say that it's very refreshing for a party list to consider the fact of sustainability. Lalo na po ngayon sa ating panahon na kailangan na ho talaga natin to use sustainable materials so that it would be for long term and not just short term.
Yes,
Now, ma'am,
yes.
if God gives you the chance, if God gives the party list a chance to be seated this May 9, 2022, how would you implement your programs? Kasi ma'am, I know you have a list. I know you have an enumeration already. Pero pagka nakaupo na po kayo dyan, how would you implement it for the betterment of the Filipino people?
Number one, I believe in going down to the barangays. Yan ang una po namin gagawin. We want to be able to provide what the basic services that they need. Kami po ay bababa sa bawat barangay na nasimulan na namin pong gawin. We will do that. And we want to know what really are the problems. And we want to be able to address that, lalong-lalo na we have kami po ay nabigyan ng pagkakataon maupo sa Kongreso. These problems we will address because we know already.
Yes. Alam mo, Miss Alelee, we are lucky that you are here because I remember that I know that you would like to be on the ground working with people, helping them out, being in action rather than give interviews. So we're very, very lucky that you are here. But now we have to take a short break. Stay with us.
Thank you.
Salang tayong lahat, isang Pilipino na magiting at masipag. Yan po ang Pilipinas sa unit team na pagkakaisa.
Fun and inspiring na kwentuhan? Sagot na yan ang programang Spotlight ng Daily Tribune. Makipagkwentuhan at kilalanin ng iba't ibang personalidad na kilala sa kani-kanilang larangan. Manood at makinig sa mga inspiring stories na kanilang ibabahagi kasama si Nina Ventura at Jojo Silvestre. Be ready na mamangha at matuwa every
PG Partylist, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Partylist, boses natin sa Kongreso. PG Partylist, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Partylist, basic good. Atin to, magkaisa ng marinig ang mga hinaing. Young and active leaders sa Kongreso, ang boses natin. Tandaan at iboto, balota 108. 2 billion realize the projects we dreamed of. PG Partylist, vote 108 na. PG Partylist, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Partylist, boses natin sa Kongreso. PG Partylist, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Partylist, basic good. Atin to, PG Partylist, atin to.
The first nominee of BG Partylist, Ms. Alelee Andanar, to talk about their platforms and the programs they wish to implement. Ma'am Alelee, earlier we talked about how President Duterte endorsed your party list and how it boosted the confidence of the party list itself. Now, ma'am, would the party list continue the Build, Build, Build program of President Duterte? And would this be included in the priority bills that BG Party List would want to promote and do during their tenure?
Yes. Yes, we will continue to push for the projects of President Duterte, and that includes build, build, build. Dahil po pag build, tayo po ay may build, build, build programs that would provide jobs. Pag may trabaho, may pagkain ng bawat pamilyang Pilipino.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, alam mo, tama yan. Kasi ngayong dahil dumaan po yung pandemya, ang lagi pong reklamo po ng mga kababayan natin ay kalam ng tiyan. Ma'am,
Yes.
may connection po ito sa aking next na question. Ano po sa tingin ninyo are the most critical issues that the Philippines is facing today? And how would the BG Party List help out during the time that you would be in Congress?
Given the pandemic, pagkatapos po ng pandemya, ang pinakamahalagang problema that we are facing right now, lalo na that we are also going around, is really food security. And we at BG Party List would like to be able to provide that. No? Makasigurong na we will promote agriculture, yung sinimula ni Presidente Duterte, na ipagsulong ang continue yung production of rice in our in Visayas and Mindanao.
Yes. Miss Alelee, I know it's a big responsibility, you being the first nominee. Ngayon, ma'am, if you get seated by God's grace, how would you consult with the sectoral members that you guys are representing, and paano nyo po ma-ensure na their concerns would be heard in Congress?
Again, that question is very good kasi like what I said, kami po ay bababa sa mga barangay sa Visayas at Mindanao. And that's what we started doing and we will continue to do. Together with our second nominee, Attorney Miko Clavano.
Ma'am, I know na you're the wife of Secretary Andanar, you were the daughter of former Mayor Aguilar. Ma'am, understanding your policies now, I've heard a lot of good policies coming from this interview. Ma'am, how would you ensure that your policies would not be politicized? Lalo na ngayon, maraming gumagamit ho niyan para po iangat ang mga sarili nila. How would you ensure that the policies and programs of BG Party List would be for the people and not for politics lamang?
We will do that by standing our ground. And we will maintain a good relationship with all the congressmen, lalong-lalo na po sa mga congressman ng Visayas at Mindanao. Kasi malaking tulong po sila to be able to, na kami po, as a party list group, makapag-implement ng ating mga programa.
Yes. Ma'am, maganda po yung sinabi ninyo na you would be consulting with other members of Congress so that you would ensure that there would be unity involved. Ngayon po, ma'am, ano po ang gagawin pa po lalo natin dahil 6 days na lamang bago maghalalan? How would you push more for that so that the people would know more about BG Party List and the advocacies that that the party list is presenting right now at this juncture po?
We will push for the programs of BG Party List through social media. Naniniwala po kami sa importansya ng social media. And at the same time, we will continue to talk to our leaders, to our barangay leaders, so that they will also help us spread the word kung ano talaga ang adikain at programa na gusto naming ipasa sa BG Party List.
Yeah. Miss Alelee, marami pong nagsasabi lately na alisin na ang party list system, i-repeal na or i-amend ang constitution para daw po na mas ma-overhaul daw ho yan. Ma'am, anong masasabi nyo? Personal opinion nyo po sa mga nagsasabi na alisin na ang party list system to abolish it and palitan na lang ng bagong sistema?
We can only speak for our own party list. As long as we continue to do what our plans and we implement them at naniniwala ako sa aming plataforma, we will be able to do that and we will be able to serve. Siguro naman po maintindihan na iba po na ang party list ay may importansya din po.
Yes. Miss Alelee, we would like to give you the floor right now to talk to our kababayans why they should pick BG Party List and why should they help you be seated in Congress so that you can help them more. Lalo na po, may pandemya pa rin ho tayo, Miss Alelee.
Good morning po sa inyong lahat. Ako po, Alelee Aguilar Andanar, first nominee ng BG Party List. Naniniwala po kami na if we are chosen and we sit in Congress, ang lahat po ng plataforma ni President Duterte ay mapapagpatuloy po namin. Lalong-lalo na po sa edukasyon. Marami po tayo mga estudyante na nasa mga state universities na kailangan po ng allowance, kailangan nila na mapagpatuloy ang kanilang pag-aaral, pero kulang po sila sa pera to do that.
Yeah.
So we at BG Party List will advocate ang pagpapatuloy ng pagbibigay to pass bills na mapapag-support ang pagbibigay ng allowance sa ating mga estudyante. And mabayaran ng kanilang miscellaneous fees and at the same time to be able to provide services, food, lalong-lalo na po sa pagkain dyan sa ating mga kababayan sa Visayas at Mindanao.
Miss Alelee, I would have to say that BG Party Lists, the programs and the advocacies, heartwarming siya because it really shows the reality of the situation that the Philippines is in. Hindi ho siya yung panliligaw na out of reality. Ito po talaga kung ano yung kailangan, which are food, food security, education, shelter, and I think education is number one. So we would like to thank you, Ms. Alelee Andanar, and Secretary Andanar also for joining us today and for elaborating your platforms with us. May God bless you and may God bless your
Salamat,
family.
Attorney Lia. God
Thank you
bless
po.
you too.
Straight Talk will take another break, mga katribo, but don't go yet dahil may isa pa tayong makakausap. Stay with us.
Umay cantar Agitin kalipatin di problema
Hulaton nato ang kabuntagon. Pahuway, damgo ang ikaliway. Moro di hapon basta kita magkaupo. Pilipina pintas kita sa pagsubok sa araw, madalang kahaya.
Nasa ating pagkakaisa ang pag-asa ng ating bayan.
Sa ating pangarap mo, haharapin na
Sama-sama tayong pabangon muli.
Si Harry Roque pinaglaban ang karapatang Pilipinong mangisda sa sariling karagatan. Malaking tulong po na ibigay niya po sa akin.
Sa mga walang boses sa lipunan, si Harry Roque ang spokesman ng bayan. Attorney Harry Roque sa Senado, number 54 sa balota.
Kaming pinahirapan ng mga sundalong Hapon. Si Harry Roque, pinaglabang kami.
Sa mga walang boses sa lipunan, si Harry Roque ang spokesman ng bayan. Attorney Harry Roque sa Senado, number 54 sa balota.
Araneta City, home to the country's first indoor shopping mall.
Fun and inspiring na kwentuhan? Sagot na yan ang programang Spotlight ng Daily Tribune. Makipagkwentuhan at kilalanin ng iba't ibang personalidad na kilala sa kani-kanilang larangan. Manood at makinig sa mga inspiring stories na kanilang ibabahagi kasama si Nina Ventura at Jojo Silvestre. Be ready ng mamangha at matuwa every Thursday alas 2 ng hapon dito lang sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube.
Straight Talk is back, mga katibo. Before the break, we were with Alelee and Andanar, the first nominee of BG Partylist, and we discussed the advocacies and the programs that the party list is advocating and would want to implement during their tenure if they get seated, which are food security, shelter, education, and security. So I think that would be great, and we are so lucky today because we are graced again with another guest who will enlighten us on their platform as well. Wag na natin patagalin pa. Let's welcome the first nominee of Ayuda Partylist, Sir Francis Cusi. Good morning po, sir.
Good morning, attorney. Good morning, everyone.
Sir, I've been researching Ayuda Sandugo, and I read one article which says that the party list is advocating for IP rights. I am very much for IP rights because I work in a tribal community also. Sir, can you enlighten us? Paano nyo po matutulungan ang ating mga kapatid na katutubo kung kayo po ay manalo ngayong halalan?
Well, our kapatid na katutubo are facing so many challenges now. Post-pandemic, especially during the pandemic, especially yung mga when it comes to healthcare, their jobs, and the number one problem is of course their ancestral domain.
Correct.
Because we've been going around talking to different katutubo. And then the thing that pops up the most is ancestral land domain.
Yeah.
Yun, na pagsasamantalahan ng mga kapatid natin, ng mga katutubo, they are driven off their land.
Yeah.
Yun yung primary. The secondary naman, of course, is their livelihood.
Yeah.
Yun naman po.
Yeah. Sir Francis, I know that the IPs are one of your priorities. However, I also know that your party list is also advocating for other sectors. Can you please tell us what is your party list all about, and what particular sectors is the party list representing and why?
Our party list, Ayuda Sandugo, is primarily for katutubo. Coming from the word Sandugo, actually Sandugo is a term used by the Mangyans, meaning kapatid. Mga kapatid natin ng mga when they greet each other, oh, Sandugo, musta ka? So it means kapatid. So Ayuda Sandugo, tulong. Ayuda means tulong, tulong kapatid. So we want to be inclusive. Of course, our priorities will be the IPs, not a particular tribe. All the indigenous, and our other advocacies will be inclusive. Of course, our priority will be the IPs, and the others will be inclusive. Our second advocacy is disaster resilience, because we are prone to natural calamities sa Philippines. It's a yearly thing. It's a cycle, and then we see the problems every year. Everyone is touched by natural calamities, and that is also one of our strong advocacies. And then, of course, food security, coming from Mindoro also. We are also into planting rice. We understand ang mga challenges and the plight that our farmers face. And paano ba, a lot of our food is imported.
Yeah.
But sa Mindoro naman, we produce one of the best rice. Pero parang hirap pa din. Nahihirapan ang mga magsasaka natin. Pag nakausap ko mga iba, sinasabi nila, mas mainam na huwag magtanim. Para ka lang naghirap, lugi pa. I don't understand. Because everyone, we all eat rice.
Yeah.
Tapos we import our rice. I think it's better to support our own, support local.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's one of our advocacies also. And of course, their education, which is one of the beliefs that our party list has, that everyone should have access to all levels of education, and of course, job generation, which we need to progress as a nation.
Sir Francis, I'm glad that you mentioned the topic about agriculture, especially so that the Philippines has agriculture as a superpower. Maganda ho yan kasi at least magagamit ho natin kung ano ho ang meron tayo dito sa ating bansa, kesa ho, kumuha ho tayo sa iba. Ngayon, sir, maganda ho yung mga nasabi ninyo mga programa, yung mga advokasya ninyo. Pero if you get elected, by God's grace, you get elected, what would be Ayuda Sandugo's priority bills? Top 3, sir, if you can enlighten us, please.
Top 3. Wala pa, ma'am. We are, attorney. We are, it's nice to think na sana will be graced enough to be elected, but we haven't gone that far to think of the 3 bills. First off, one of the things that we were discussing is why don't we also recognize ang mga IP natin. Our indigenous people, our mga ninuno natin, sila naman ang original na nandito sa Pilipinas. So they should not be treated as mga second-class citizen of the country. They should be equal or even higher pa nga, because sila ang original na nandito.
Yeah.
So one of the things is to recognize us like we recognize our senior citizen, we recognize may special lanes for this, for mga ganito. We also want for our IPs.
Yeah. Sir, have you consulted with the National Commission on Indigenous Peoples with regard to the programs that Ayuda Sandugo would want to implement for our IP brethren? Kasi syempre, they are the agency tasked to protect, to guide, to assist all of our IP brethren. May nakausap na po ba kayo dyan para magkaroon po ng at least alignment ng prinsipyo and values para po kung manalo man po kayo ay magiging reality?
Yes, ma'am. But unfortunately, we haven't had the chance yet po to have discussions with them. Hopefully, we will get the chance to work with them, and we would like to discuss the ideas and ano ba ang mga mga kailangan natin mga kapatid. Because if elected, ma'am, a party list can only do so much. We would need the help of agencies, NGOs. We would need cooperations from all aspects to really progress la ating mga kapatid na katutubo.
Okay. Sir Francis, medyo off topic ko po muna from the priority bills.
Okay,
because you are very humble. You would like to think na wala pa naman dyan. Pero sir, what are your thoughts doon sa mga grupo na nagsasabi na i-abolish na daw po ang party list system, na hindi naman daw po talaga nakakatulong? What are your thoughts on that, Sir Francis?
The party list system is constitutionalized, and we've been hearing that it's been used by political parties, by dynasties, but I would not like to think so. Because right now we have 178 party lists running.
Correct.
It's a good sign of our democracy that our democracy is working. That people can put up their advocacies who they think is marginalized and underrepresented, and we'll let the people decide. So I do not really buy the idea that it is abused or no. I think it's great that our system is working. It's open to all, and the people can vote who they believe in their heart and mind should be supported.
Yeah. Sir, before we take a short break, sir, ano pong gagawin ninyo para po mas mapalapit po kayo sa sector na rini-represent ninyo, lalo na po ang ating mga kapatid na katutubo ay madami. Malayo po sila, iba-iba pong mga lugar. They are very diverse. So, paano nyo po idadalhin ang mga prinsipyo, advokasya, at mga plano po ninyo para sa sector na gusto nyo pong i-represent?
Yes, we have a lot of IPs in the Philippines. We have actually 110 tribes. So, madami talaga. And I've only visited, I know a few. Not even a significant percentage. So, if elected, talaga ma'am, we would really have to work with agencies such as the NCIP, such as other LGUs, kung saan nakakasakop ng mga IPs to get to reach out and inform them of that the party list is here for them, that these are the advocacies, and that we are always here to assist them in any way we can.
Yeah. You know, Sir Francis, just to add, no, ang mga kapatid nating katutubo, they always advocate for dialogue. They always advocate for peace. They do not like conflict, lalo na po doon sa mga kasama po namin katutubo sa Palawan. Ngayon
Yes,
po,
ma'am.
ang maganda ho dyan ay napakamahinahon nyo po magsalita. Baka dahil po sa sektor na rinirepresenta po ninyo or gusto ninyong maripresenta, nakuha ho natin yung mga magaganda pong mga prinsipyo nila. Pero we will learn more from Sir Francis Cusi of Ayuda Sandugo Partylist when Straight Talk returns. We'll be back.
Araneta City, home to the country's first indoor shopping.
Be updated sa news and happenings katribu. Hatid ng Daily Tribune sa inyo ang mga balitang napapanahon sa loob at labas ng bansa. Kami na ang bahala sa paghahatid sa inyo ng mga latest and reliable news. We got you covered sa programang Tribune News on Q. Mapapanood mula umaga hanggang gabi, Lunes hanggang Biyernes sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube. Mga katribu, tara na't makiisa at matuto sa mga public service programs hatid ng Kalingang Katribu. Tuwing Lunes, nandyan ang usapang business na magbibigay tips at inspirasyon sa mga aspiring entrepreneurs kasama si Vernon Velasco. Tuwing Miyerkules, usapang pangkalusugan naman ang tatalakayin ni Miss Cory Quirino sa Health and Wellness. At tuwing Biyernes naman, kung legal advice ang kailangan mo, sagot ka na ng Legal Diaries kasama si Elmer Navarro Manuel at mga guest lawyers. Lahat ng niya mapapanood tuwing alas 3:30 ng hapon sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube. Non-stop showbiz update ba ang hanap nyo? Sagot na yan ang aming Tribune Extra. Balitang entertainment at lifestyle, mapalocal man o international, meron kami niyan. Manood at makichika na kasama si Kim Sancha, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 5 ng hapon sa Tribune News on Q at separate premiere nito ng alas 7:30 ng gabi. Mapapanood sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube.
Is to hear more about what they wish to achieve for the people if elected. Sir Francis, before we took a break, pinag-usapan ho natin paano po natin matutulungan ng mga ating kapatid na katutubo, ganyan. Pero sir, how can you parang connect the access to education para po sa kanila and paano pa po natin pwedeng i-extend yung capacity to help the indigenous communities?
Primarily, it's connected, our advocacy for education. Okay? We believe everyone, especially our IP, should have access to education. Tapos, from there, they would know ano ba ang kanilang mga karapatan, ano ba dapat ang ginagawa ng gobyerno to protect them, ano dapat ang role ng LGUs, ano ba hanggang saan ba ang karapatan nila. And the education naman, their access, we want sana a more specialized. We get to talk to them parang mas specialized also to their culture, to their beliefs, to their culture. There are 110 tribes. They all have their different beliefs. So we want something, a curriculum, not lang here, you study this. No, we want something na tailored fit for this tribe, for this culture. For continuity also, because another thing is also for the preservation of the identity of our IPs, because unti-unti nawawala our practices, our arts, our culture is slowly fading away quietly, and we don't want that.
Yeah. So, Sir Francis, is it safe to say that you would want to preserve the integrity of the culture of our tribal communities?
Yes, ma'am, very much. We want that. I mean, we see in other countries the recognition that their indigenous have, their protection. Dito dapat ganon or even better.
Yeah.
Because sila ang original na nandito, like I said, and they are our forefathers, mga ninuno natin, mga katutubo.
Yeah.
So why not why treat them as second class? Why discriminate? They should be protected.
Yes. Sir Francis, sa tingin ninyo, bakit nagkakaroon ng unequal opportunities sa social classes natin ngayon? I know we are already, nandito na po tayo sa modern world. Hindi na po tayo dapat nagbababa ng ibang tao dahil lang po sa estado. Pero sir, meron pa rin po eh. Why do you think na it is the main problem that is causing parang unequal opportunities for the social classes, of course the IPC included?
In reality, there's still some discrimination. There is. It's not as widely talked about, but there still is. And I think the only thing to combat this is really information. It's an information drive. People should be more aware of our IPs, how much they contribute to us, to our nation, as our identity. And we are really against discrimination, and we want equal opportunities for all. Maski anong class, maski saan, we want everyone to have equal access.
Correct,
and I believe it's all through an information drive.
Okay. Sir Francis, I've read before that you are also an advocate for the Filipino youth, that you would want to facilitate their knowledge and their skills para po syempre, the youth is the future of our generation po eh. Can you please enlighten us with regard to how you would want to facilitate the skills and the knowledge ng ating mga kabataan ngayon?
Yes, it's also tied with our IPs. We want them to know ano ba ang history talaga ng Philippines, ano ba ating mga IP. We want to empower our youth. Our youth is the key to the progress of our nation. Aside from education, of course, aside from book smarts, we also need street smarts.
Yes.
Doon po talaga more exposure, more ano ba mas masabi ito? Mas nakikita nila kung ano ba talaga ang nararapat dapat.
Sir,
yes, ma'am.
Sorry, sir. I just wanted to follow up with that. Kasi maganda po yung sinabi ninyo eh, that information educational campaigns, you would want to have access to educations para ho sa lahat, wala pong divisiveness, gusto ninyong maging inclusive ang lahat ng rights dito so that it would eradicate yung social classes na discrimination, sir. Pero, sir, how can we do that? Lalo na po ngayon na we are pursuing economic security, galing ho tayo ng pandemya. While it is good and fine that we have all of these programs, paano ho natin magagawa ho yan sa reality? Kasi po ngayon, we are pursuing economic security and saan ho natin kukunin ang pera po para po sa mga programa na yan?
It's the pandemic was really a wake-up call to all of us. It rattled, it really disrupted so many industries, so many things in our lives. Na parang, ganito lang pala. It only took one virus to shake the world. So, what are our learnings from that? Diba? What do we need? We need really sustainability. We need to be more self-sufficient. We need to be more connected, to be more inclusive, to have more connectivity. That's swerte tayo, ma'am. Like this, we have Zoom. We have our mobile devices to keep us connected, and even kahit ganyan, tuloy pa rin ang classes natin and we adapt. And through these things, I think our learnings, we can help more, ma'am.
Yeah. Sir Francis, 6 days na lamang maghahalalan na. I would want to ask you, sir, anong pakiramdam ho natin na 6 days na lamang? At syempre,
Kabado, ma'am.
Kabado na po ba? Pero Sir Francis, I know that Ayuda Sandugo has advocacies na talaga pong makakatulong. Sir, paano po kayo magsa-stand out? Ngayon pong remaining days na lang po ng campaign.
Well,
Sa tingin ko po yung kabado nyo po ngayon lang po yan. Kasi sa tingin ko naman po maganda po ang puso ninyo para po tumulong.
well, what we try to stand out, ma'am, as much as possible. Talaga bumababa po to meet ang ating mga kapatid na katutubo. Right now, with the remaining 6 days, we can only do so much na lang. Aside, of course, from the nervousness, there's also the excitement na sana palain talaga. And of course, we're praying really for God's graces to, if ever pagpalain, to get us elected. But to stand out, well, we just really try to go down and be with our constituents po.
Yeah. Sir Francis, what would you feel if the party list would have more than 1 seat sa Kongreso dahil po ang maximum po ay 3? How would you feel if through God's grace makapag-upo ho tayo ng 3?
Wow, attorney, that would be amazing. And ma'am, kung ganun po, sure talaga ma'am, hindi po mapapahiya ang mga sumuporta po sa party list, and we will follow through with all our programs with the utmost transparency that we can give.
Yeah.
To show na ito talaga ang ginagawa, and para makita din po, to combat also mga sinasabi ng mga tao, ano ba ang ginagawa ng party list? And ma'am, pag pinagpala, ipapakita po namin na ito po ang ginagawa ng mga party list.
Sir Francis, before ka naging first nominee po ng Ayuda Sandugo, nag-research po ba kayo paano gumawa ng batas? Nag-research po ba kayo sa mga proseso sa Kongreso? Ano po ang mga ginawa niyong preparations?
It was more discussions, ma'am. More on, not really on the lawmaking, but what are the issues that can be solved through legislation? Because we can rely naman on our very knowledgeable team to come up with the bills. But what is the first thing ba na ano ba ang gusto po ng mga tao? Yun din po, like what you said kanina, that the IPs, they would really like dialogue. And we believe we need to listen to them first to know what is their priority issues. Because if elected as a party list, will be only their voice. And to be their voice, we have to listen to them first.
Correct.
So that was the first things we were researching. Ano ba talaga ang problema nila? Ano pong kailangan nila?
Okay. Sir Francis, we would like to give you the floor. Dahil syempre po, 6 days na lamang, halalan na. We would like to give you the floor to talk to our viewers, to our listeners, kung bakit kailangan po nilang iboto ang Ayuda Sandugo Party List ngayon pong May 9, 2022. You have the floor, sir.
Ay, Attorney, maraming salamat, and sa ating mga tagapanood at tagapakinig, magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. So, ayun po, ako po si Francis Cusi ng Ayuda Sandugo Party List na humihingi po ng inyong suporta at tulong para po sa ating mga kapatid na katutubo. Po ay mga tunay na marginalized at underrepresented na sektor na sana po mabigyan po ng boses sa Kongreso. At kung matama naman po sa inyong isipan at puso na suportahan po kami, maraming salamat po at hindi po kayo mapapahiya pag kami po ay nasinuportahan. Kami po ay number 77 po sa bolota. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you so much, Sir Francis. And I would like to ask you, if you get seated Patulungan po ang ating mga katutubo dahil po talagang kailangan nila ng boses sa Kongreso. Thank you so much, Sir Francis, for giving us your time of day. We wish you luck on the upcoming elections. May God bless you.
Attorney.
Yes, sir.
God bless. Keep safe po. Thank you.
May God bless you and may God bless your family, sir.
Thank you po.
Thank you mga katribo for tuning in once again. Watch Straight Talk live every Tuesday at 10 a.m. on Daily Tribune's official Facebook page and on Tribune Now on YouTube. I am Attorney Lia Badillo-Crisostomo and this has been Straight Talk.